facing for the past, oh, well, really since KIB got reelected, is education and how some of our scores, have been sort of lacking. I know the lieutenant governor does have enormous power over, education and what schools do. Um, how would, how do you think we should like improve our educational performance in the state?
See,
What are we doing wrong here?
yeah, well, I wrote an article about that during the last campaign because, I was for what was called a no strings attached uh, school choice voucher system. Because basically, if you don't do that across the board with no limitations, I mean, any family can do it, right? You give about a $10,000 voucher or whatever, because I think we spend about 12,000 per child, but you say you give a 10,000 voucher to every parent and let them choose what school they want to take their children to. Now, what that's going to do is there's going to, of course, going to be people who want to go to private schools or whatever. A lot of people are going to want to go to their public schools for the football or different services or whatever. But what's going to happen is that if you let the true free market take over instead of government controlled, central government, whether state central government or do that. If you let that take over, then what's going to happen is the bad schools are going to not get any of the money. I mean, people are not going to want to take their kids to the bad schools. They will begin to disappear. The good schools will get better because there will be competition for people to come there. Just like, I mean, really, it's capitalism. If we don't introduce real capitalism into our school system, then we're going to keep getting the socialist problem, the communist problem of mediocrity or total failure. But capitalism, free market, that's what works. And if we would apply it to the school system, their tax dollars that they spent that get spent on every child, if we would just give that back to the parents, not in cash, but as a voucher where they had to take it and use it at a school somewhere, or, and then just exclude homeschoolers because they don't want any strings on them at all. If you do that, then guess what? You will break it down. And this is why I had a problem with the previous school choice bill. I said, the problem is what we're going to do is we're going to help a few, a percentage of kids, and that's good to help some of those that are struggling or in bad schools. And it's good to help a few, but you're not going to change the system if you don't implement true free market capitalism into the public school system. Now, AEA and NEA and everybody, they're terrified of that. And they try to fight and pull strings because they say, if you do that, you're going to destroy public education. No, what you're going to do is truly privatize it to the point you're going to destroy the socialist grip, the communist grip on our education system, and the free market will take over. And the free market always does things always better than government controlled things. It's just a fact. I mean, so I say the school choice bill did not go far enough. It implemented new government. And I had a plan where I talked about all you need. We could get rid of the state board of education. You wouldn't even need it. You would let there still be county boards, but let those boards be parents. Those board members would have to be parents who have children in the school. They would elect their chairman of the board, and they would be a part of hiring and firing of teachers and administrators. And but it'd have to be parents in that school, and that way you ensure parent involvement, you ensure accountability, and you get rid of a lot of the bureaucracy and red tape. And look at the money. Think about 67 county. Think about this. They just wanted to give a raise to the state superintendent when we are still at the bottom. And I just marvel at the nonsense. But that's, if you want to look at communism and socialism in our country, it's our public school system.